Hello, Alexander, can you hear me?
Hi, teacher. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let's please begin. Okay. Oh, great, you have 100. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna begin with future conditional.
Hello, how are you? Today we're going to study the future conditional. First, I'll explain how we use it. Then, if you have time, you'll practice using it, okay? If you're ready, we'll begin.
Okay, can you please read?
Sure. So, one, we use the future conditional to talk about results that will happen under certain conditions. The if clause, the clause beginning with if, states the condition. The result clause, the clause that does not begin with if, states the result. If Nick asks Talia out, she'll say yes. 2. The verb in the if clause is in the present even though we're talking about the future. The verb in the result clause is in the future with will or be going to. Talia, if we leave now, we'll catch Tony. If we don't leave now, we're going to miss Tony.
Okay, continue, please.
3. You can also use a modal such as might and can in the result clause. Talia, if we leave now, we might see Amy. If we see Amy, we can tell her what happened. 4. The if clause can come at the beginning or the end of the sentence. The meaning is the same. When the if clause comes first, we put a comma after it. When the main clause comes first, we don't use a comma between the two clauses. Talia, Tony will still be at the office. So if something, Tony will still be, or Tony will still
I
at the
think we
office.
worked on this before, didn't we? Oh, we
Yes, in fact,
finished.
we also did exercises. I was just about to tell you.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh, so we didn't do the exercise, did we?
No, the exercises, no. Only
And did we work
like
on
to
past
put an
perfect?
example. No, we did.
Yes. Okay, so we didn't do past perfect.
Yes, we didn't.
We did, okay.
Hi. I was just thinking back to about 7 years ago. I had given up my dreams of being an actor, and I had started teaching. Now I'm a teacher, and I'm making this video. So I guess I'm still an actor after all. Had given up and had started are examples of the past perfect. Let's learn more about this verb form.
Okay, can you please read?
Sure. So one, we use the past perfect to talk about something that happened before a specific time in the past. It was 8:30. Jackie and Dean had left Valentino's. This means Jackie and Dean left before 8:30. 2. We form the past perfect with had plus the past participle. We often use the contraction d with pronoun subjects. Nick and Talia already knew each other. They'd taken classes together in college.
Okay, continue, please.
3. We often introduce the specific time with by. Talia, my boyfriend and I had split up by the middle of the semester. In the example, the specific time was the middle of the semester. Talia broke up with her boyfriend before then. 4. We also use the past perfect to show a relationship between two past events. We use the past perfect for the earlier event and the simple past for the later event. Dean and Jackie had left the restaurant by the time Nick and Talia ordered dessert. This means that first Dean and Jackie left, then Nick and Talia ordered dessert.
Okay, continue, please.
We often use already, yet, and never with the past perfect. Those words emphasize that the event in the past perfect occurred first. By the time Talia studied for the exam with Nick, she had broken up with her boyfriend. 6. We can use the simple past for two past events when it's clear which came first. This is often the case when you use after, before, or as soon as to connect the events. Nick had decided not to ask Talia out as soon as he heard that she had a boyfriend. Or Nick decided not to ask Talia out as soon as he heard that she had a boyfriend. Both,
I'm sorry. Continue.
only the last sentence. So both sentences mean that Nick decided not to ask Talia out when he heard that she had a boyfriend.
Okay. So here we're gonna talk about the past perfect. We use the past perfect to talk about something that happened before in a specific time in the past. And by 2020, I had bought my first car, let's say. By 2015, I had graduated from school. That means that before this time, before 2020, before 2014, you'd already done these things. And also you can use the past perfect as a contraction. You could say by 2010, I'd let's learn how to speak Chinese. Okay, so you could use either the had or the contraction. I don't know if there's any question until here.
No, only if we can use the negative of had, for example, had not with this contraction, or can we?
Yes, we can. Like you could say, I don't know, by 2020, he hadn't told me about that issue. Oh, yes. So we could use hadn't, the contraction, or had not. We
Okay,
could use
perfect.
both. Yes. Like he had not. Yes. Okay, so let's continue. Uh, we use by to introduce, as we said, a specific time, like here, by 2020, by 2014. Or you could say by, I don't know, by the middle of the year, uh, last year, uh, I'd already purchased a TV. Or you could also use the simple past. By the time he called me, I had already left my house. Or by the time, or you could use when as well. When he visited my country, I had already left. Traveled. So another one. You could use either by and in a specific time, or you could use the simple past. You have these two options. And they mean that that this event happened before this other event. I don't know if there's any question, maybe.
No, teacher, I think it's great.
Okay, and we can also use words like never, yet, or already to emphasize. You could say, I had already bought my first car. I had already graduated from school. By 2020, he hadn't told me about that issue yet. Oh, you could say here yet. I already, yes, here you're using already. Here you're using already and already. You could use, I don't know, by 2021, I hadn't, I had never heard about that topic. You could use never, yet, or already. Never and already are used between the modal and the verb, and yet is used at the end here. Okay, I don't know if it's clear or not.
Yes, it's clear, teacher.
Okay, and we can finally use the simple past for the two events. Like here, Nick had decided not to ask Talia as soon as he heard that she had a boyfriend, or Nick decided not to ask Talia as soon as he heard that he had a boyfriend. So this is much better for the TOEFL than this. This is more informal, but that's the way people talk, to be honest. You are hardly gonna hear somebody use the present perfect, the past perfect, I'm sorry. It's very like, it's not so common in spoken English, but for the TOEFL, it's much better to use this form. Okay, so it's normal that people wouldn't use. It would be normal for people to use like by the middle of last year, or here. You could say, by the time he called me, I left my house. This is also okay because it's clear what happened first. This happened first and then this happened. But it's much better to use the first one. Even though this is fine for spoken English, it's informal. Or when he visited my country, I traveled to another one. Well, again, it's fine, but it's much better to use the past perfect than only the simple past, but it's more common to use that in spoken English. I don't know if there's any question, maybe.
No, it's okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, great. So we're gonna now see infinitive after adjectives and nouns.
Hello, it's nice to see you again. Today, it's time to learn about infinitives after adjectives and nouns. We use these a lot in English, and they're pretty easy to understand. Are you ready to begin? Okay.
Okay, can you read?
Okay, so one, as you know, we can use the infinitive after certain verbs, but we can also use the infinitive after certain adjectives. Talia, are you ready to go? Many of these adjectives describe a feeling about the action in the infinitive. Talia was anxious to work on the story. 2. We can also use the infinitive after some nouns. The noun plus infinitive combination often expresses necessity or advice. Nick, I have a confession to make. Why don't we just take a little time to enjoy ourselves? Here are some more examples. Do you have permission to go? She's the person to ask. I have a test to study for. It's time to leave.
Okay, let's continue here.
3. We also use infinitives after adjective plus noun combinations. Nick, that's an easy mistake to make. Talia, Jackie really wants to be famous. Nick, but it's a high price to pay for fame. 4. We often use for plus a noun or pronoun before the infinitive when we include the subject or the infinitive. Nick, it's important for the Federation to hear the recording. Talia, it's time for us to go.
Okay, great. So we can use the infinitive after certain adjectives. Of course, we can use it after certain verbs. We saw that, but we can use it also after certain adjectives. In this case, we can use this like here. Are you ready to go? In this case, you can, ready is an adjective and go is a verb. Or Talia was anxious to work on the story. I'm gonna write some examples here. I am happy to hear that. She was afraid to ask for help. He was reluctant to quit his job. I am sorry to bother you. It is easy to do. It's hard to finish. He is, or it is likely to rain. And you can also use these after certain nouns. In this case, you have, I have a confession to make. Then you have confession would be the noun. Do you have permission to go? Then you have, she's the person to ask. Person, of course, is a noun. Then you have, I have a test to study tomorrow. And it's time to leave. Then you could use I'll write some examples here. I have a place to visit. My plan to move failed. Uh, the suggestion to leave seemed like a good idea. Uh, the proposal to host the party impressed the committee. Okay, so here you have some more examples. Plan, suggestion, proposal are all nouns. And you use an infinitive after them. And here you have another one. Another. You have other examples. Is there any question?
No, it's okay, teacher.
Okay, you can you also use the infinitive after adjective noun combination. It was an easy mistake to make. Really, it's a high price to a high price to pay for fame. Uh, I my incredible plan to move failed. The great suggestion to leave was dismissed. Here, new proposal to host the party was accepted. And finally, you can also use for in order plus a noun or pronoun before the infinitive when you want to include the subject of the infinitive. In this case, it is important for the duration to hear the recording. It is time for us to go. It's hard. I don't know. It's easy for me to do it. It's hard for him to finish. It is time for me to go. You include for and the pronoun or the noun before the infinitive. I don't know if there's any question, maybe.
No, teacher, I think it's okay.
Okay, let's finish here. Let's work on these activities. Please let me know when you're finished.
Perfect. Teacher, I finished the exercises.
We're gonna review them. Okay, great. You have a handwriting in all of them. Let's continue, please. Can you please read?
Sure, so listening. Predict the speaker's intentions. Listen for sequences of actions. Listen for ideas that show people's relationships. Listen for the main ideas in news stories. Speaking. Identifying a problem. Suggesting a course of action. Responding to a suggested course of action. Committing to a course of action. Grammar. Future in the past. Passive causative. Reported statements. Pronunciation. Stress in words with prefixes. The voiced th sound in these. Reading and vocabulary. Getting the meaning from context. Understanding main ideas and details. Writing. Pre-writing technique. Make an outline. Task. Retell a traditional story. Skill. Use chronological order. Draw a conclusion.
Is there any question, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Continue, please. Here, yes.
Okay, so video listening. Watch the video and answer questions about the information and ideas in it. Learn more about body language and other cultural aspects of the video. Vocabulary. Learn the meanings and usage of these phrases with clear. Clear a depth, clear a space, clear someone's name, clear something with someone. Clear the air, clear the desks, clear the table, clear the way, clear your head, and clear your throat. Speaking. Learn expressions you can use to. Identify a problem. Something's wrong with the recording. Suggest a course of action. Did you check that the recording light was on? Responding to a suggested course of action. No, maybe that's what's wrong. Commit to a course of action. I'll do that now. Grammar. Learn to express yourself using future in the past. I was just going to call you. Passive causative. I had the tape player cleaned last week. Reported statements. Jackie said that she had posed as Kik's executive. Task listening. Listen to the stories on the evening news. Choose the newspaper headline that matches each story. Pronunciation. Practice your pronunciation of stress in words with prefixes a, b, z, x, in, and re. The voiced th sound in this, that, these together. Reading. Read a traditional Taoist story that both educates and entertains.
Continue, please.
Finally, on the web, research traditional stories. Retell a story you like.
Okay, is there any question, maybe?
With the differences between the meaning of clear the desks and clear the table.
Okay, clear the decks. The decks, this one, right?
Oh, sorry, what? It was decks. I really
Yes,
like
decks.
desks. Sorry.
No, it's clear the decks. So in this case, clear the decks, the meaning is that when let's imagine a situation where you're basically trying to you're trying to start something new by finishing any work that has to be done. Uh, or get rid of any problems that are in the way. Like to remove unnecessary things so that you're ready for action. Uh, like you need to remove, when you clear the text, that means that you remove unnecessary things in order to begin an action. Like solve your problems before taking any responsibility. I could say you need to clear the decks and then you can apply for the TOEFL. That means solve all your problems and then for apply for the scholarship or for a scholarship, and then you can apply for a scholarship.
Okay, perfect, teacher. I think that
And what was the other?
example, it was clear the table.
Okay, well, clear the table. It's a little different because you're trying like to. Well, clear the table is like very literally, like
When you finish like dinner or something like that, and you literally clean the table.
yeah, clear. Yeah, exactly. So that's that's uh uh like yeah, it's literally like when you clear the table, and also it could be like when you remove things uh you don't want them to be there. Okay, like clear the table, but it's more literally like clear the table after lunch, or clear the table after, I don't know, after you've eaten. So uh it's literally, there's like, that's the meaning basically.
Okay, teacher, perfect.
It could be
Thank
like
you.
also to remove objects or people from an area. Okay, but mm, uh but it's more for tables, specifically.
Okay, teacher, thank you for the explanation. I think now it's clear.
Okay, great. Let's move on here. We're gonna do the video listening. Okay, can you please read?
Sure. So look at after her dinner with Nick, Telly returns to the Newsline office. She wants to tell her boss Tony the news about the conversation between Dean and Jackie. Look at the picture. Telly is showing her phone to Tony, on which the on which she recorded the conversation. Predict, what do you think Tony wants to do with the recording? Air it on the evening news tonight. Listen to it right now. Make a copy of it. Erase it right away. He might listen to it right now.
Okay, let's let's see.
I'm too late, right? You already aired the story about Nick on the evening news?
No,
I'm too late, right? You already aired the story about Nick on the evening news?
no, I decided not to when I hadn't heard from you.
Evening news?
No, I decided not to. When I hadn't heard from you, I decided to wait. I decided to wait.
Okay, something happened. I don't know what.
Yes, the recording is. No, it's. I think it's okay.
Yes.
I'm too late, right? You already aired the story about Nick on the evening news?
No, I decided not to. When I hadn't heard from you, I decided to wait. I had a hunch something was going on.
Oh gosh, what a relief.
As a matter of fact, I was just going to call you.
Well, I'm so glad you waited, Tony. Ta-da!
Your phone is your ta-da.
I have a recording on here of Dean conspiring with his.
Okay, what I can do now is I can assign you these two activities and you can watch them in your computer. How about that?
That would be better, teacher, I think.
Yes, because it's gonna be impossible. Okay, I'll assign you so that you watch and do these activities. Shouldn't take you too long. Okay, so please
Oh,
tell me when
but,
you're finished.
but teacher, only as I have only like 6 minutes, I don't know if I will have the time to watch both videos and answer also the questions. Only
Let's
that.
do one.
Only the first one. Oh, okay, perfect.
Yes, only the
That's it.
first one. I'm gonna assign this to you.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, it's assigned.
Teacher, I finished the first listening.
Okay, let's review.
And teacher, the other listening wasn't assigned yet, right?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna finish here. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Perfect, teacher. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Okay.